Hey everyone, welcome to Cooking with the Word. Today we're going to be making a baked Nutella twist loaf. Wow, sounds great, right? We're going to be using the tangzhong method, and it's going to rise, it's going to be delicious, it's going to stay fresh. We're going to go step by step. Stay with us, it's going to be good. Okay, now for a tangzhong we're going to use a small saucepan. We'll add one-third cup of water. We'll put 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. We want to mix this in first and make sure there's no lumps or anything in there. I'll mix all the lumps out of it. I like using the soft-ended spatula. I'll stir it in. You can use a whisk if you'd like, or just however you want to do it. We'll turn our eye on. Start it heating. Now we got to constantly stir this. You can see it's starting to heat up and look kind of like almost like milk. And all the properties is about to change, and it's going to start gelling up in just a second, but just keep stirring. It's kind of like making gravy. Now you'll notice when it starts to gel up a little bit, thicken, it kind of get like mashed potatoes, but you'll also start smelling the starch burning off of it. And it's kind of like when you iron your clothes and you spray starch on it, it'll give you the same aroma, same scent coming off of it. But you see it's starting to get thicker. We want to get it just a little bit thicker here because it's burning all those properties off. It's trapping the water molecules in it, so our bread's going to stay fresher, be fluffier, and it's just going to be all around a better base to work from. So this is the root that we're making. See that? Just got to make sure you keep it from burning or anything like that. Keep it moving around. Now you see that? That's almost perfect right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to set this to the side. We're going to put it in a dish and let it start cooling while we work on the rest of the ingredients. We're going to mix all our dry ingredients right into our KitchenAid mixer. Saves a lot of time, a lot of work, so we're going to start those. 2 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, we held back some flour just in case we need it later. We're going to see the consistency of the mix to see how wet or dry it is. If it's too wet, then we'll add a little bit more of that flour in. 1/4 cup of sugar. A teaspoon of salt. A tablespoon of instant yeast. We want instant yeast. Since we're not mixing it with water or anything yet, we're going to put that in. 2 tablespoons of dry milk powder. We're going to add 1 fresh farm egg from Tammy and Vernon's farm. And that reminds me of a joke. Jessica.
Yes.
Why did a chicken cross the road?
To get to the other side?
Oh, just because. Sorry, bad joke. We'll add that in. Now we're going to add our completely cooled tangzhong. Kind of looks like Vaseline or lard or something, but it's not. So we're going to put that in there. That is perfect. That come out just absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's what we want right there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to mix this slow first, get everything incorporated in slowly. We're using our dough hook. Mix it in slowly there. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides down a little bit. Before I add the water, I'm going to make sure we got a good mixture on this. Get everything incorporated in. Good. And I'm going to turn it on just another minute on slow. All right, we got that mixed pretty good. I'm going to scrape it down one more time. We'll add in a half a cup of water. We'll mix it just a little bit more. Like I say, we'll mix it on slow until everything gets incorporated in really good. Okay, let's check this. It's still a little moist, so what we're going to do, we're going to add, we save back some of the flour. We'll add a little bit in, but you got to remember, it'll soak this moisture up really fast. So you just want to use just a little bit at a time. And try to mix that in and just keep an eye on it. And check it again. You see it's still just a little bit moist. I mean, we're close right now. I'm going to add just a touch. And scrape these sides down a little. It's already starting to get stringy. The gluten's already starting to develop in it. So I'm running on about level 2 if you got a KitchenAid. And it's getting stringy and stretchy, so everything's working good so far. Now you might ask what happens if it's too dry. If it's too dry, then you do the opposite. I'm going to add water and just a few drops at a time. You don't want to go overboard. If you do, you'll just keep going backwards and forwards with flour and water and never get it right. And the water we add, we do not add tap water. We don't want any kind of chlorine or anything in there that will affect the development of the yeast. We use spring water or distilled water to make sure everything develops just exactly right in the fermentation. Okay, I'm going to scrape these sides one more time. Okay, everything looks like it's mixed in exactly right. So we're going to turn it up on level 5, level 4, and we're going to let this knead it for us. Because kneading is hard work, especially when you're old like me. We're going to let the KitchenAid do it. We're going to do this for about 5 minutes. Just set a clock. We're going to watch it, make sure it don't jump off the counter. We'll let this knead up for about 5 minutes. Okay, let's give this a check. Oh yeah, look at that now. It looks good. I'll tie off a little piece. We're going to do the window pane check with it. A little flour on my fingers. See my finger? So it's ready to go. If you can see through it, if you can pull it apart like a window and see through it, then it's ready. So we're going to take this down off of there. Come off clean. Inside of it there. Get this worked up a little with our hands. We don't have to knead it too much because we already got that done. I put some flour down on the counter. The counter is very much sterilized, washed. You never know. Get it all cleaned real good. It's still going to be just a little sticky. That's good. It's going to sit up good like that. We're going to stretch the outside. Fold it into itself. Get that all stretched in. We got our bowl. We got it sprayed down with some olive oil. Okay, first I'm going to put a little on top. Turn it over. Rub it in really good. Okay, now we're going to cover this Set our timer for exactly 60 minutes. Give it time to rise, and we'll be right back. Okay, it's been about an hour, so I'm going to check this one. And it has risen over double the size that we started with. So what we're going to do is we're going to just check it, push it down, make sure it stays down. It's still a little sticky. So that should be done. So we want to get the air out of it and get it over to the other side, and we're going to start working on it. We get this pulled down. We'll put a little bit of flour down. We're going to work this a couple of minutes here, and then we're going to get into its final rest. We're going to let it rest again for about 10 minutes. Press all the air out of it. In order to do this, I'm just going to stretch it out one more time in the ball. Alrighty, our clock just went off, so it's been 10 minutes. Looks good. Sounds good. A lot of air bubbles. That's good. That means the yeast is working well. We'll make a giant rectangle. Maybe just a little wider than the pan. Starting to look like a pizza. That's better there now. And we're getting air bubbles out. Dough looks good. So we got that pretty well even, pretty well square. A rectangle. Flat that just a little bit more. Okay, now we're going to try the hazelnut spread. Oh yeah, that's working good. Don't want it too thick, not too thin. Get that on there good. Oh, it smells good. Okay, I got it pretty close to the edge all the way around. I don't want it all the way to the edge. So that's step one. Okay, we'll put just a little powdered sugar. Okay, that definitely looks like a pizza. So let's top it. What would be the pepperoni, but it's not. Some good old chocolate chips. Okay, now we're going to start rolling it. I'm going to start from the longest end and roll over. I want to roll it as tight as we possibly can. And that's doing absolutely perfect right there. Catch up with it. going to pinch the ends off, fold them over. Bring this up, pinch it down. It's like playing with Play-Doh. I guess it is Play-Doh. Not the kind you can't eat though. I'll pinch this end off. Make sure you close that off really good. Okay, now I want to flatten this down. Now what's it look like? Like a big calzone or something, don't it?
Yeah.
Get that flattened down. And we bake a couple of loaves of something almost every single day, and this one is looking good. I can feel them chocolate chips in there. A little bubble.
Is it a bubble or a chocolate chip?
It's a bubble. Okay. Okay, now this step, we're going to go all the way almost to the end, not quite the end. We'll go over about 2/3. I'm just going to cut it all the way down. Looking good, looking good. We're going to do that again. Almost to the end. Pour it one more time here. Turn these over to the side like this. Just trying to open up, that's okay. Okay. I'm gonna take this one. Over there. That one right there. Right there. Way down to the end, and we're going to pinch it off again. Fold that over like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this, put it down inside of our pan. Try to even it up the best we can. We'll have our oven preheated at 350. So we'll put it in our oven. First, we're going to let this rise for 1 more hour. Okay, it's been about an hour, and you see how much that rose up? Wow, that looks good. Our oven is preheated. We'll take just a little bit of milk. We'll wash the top of this with it, just to give it a nice pretty glaze when it comes out of the oven. All in there real good. You can use eggs, you can use butter, just whichever one you feel more comfortable with using. My son Isaac said that he wanted to eat a whole one of these all by himself. He don't care what his wrestling coach says, even though he has to lose weight. Actually, he didn't say that. He's on a diet. When he's on a diet, it's when Dad cooks, so that's a bad thing. Get that all in there good. We're running late for church, so we got to get this ready. Put just a little milk on it. So we're going to put this in the oven and set it for 25 minutes. Check it after that, and then you just go from there. All ovens are different. Got a lot to do with the elevation. We're at 3,000 feet here, so we'll just have to see how it cooks, and we'll be right back. Okay, we'll go kind of in the center here. And came out dry. So I think we're done. We're going to let it cool down just a moment. Man, that's just so pretty. It's almost too pretty to eat. You just want to take a picture of it and say, hey, you know, look what we made, or pour wax on it and make a
mold.
Just make a whatnot out of it, because that is just so pretty right there. We'll be right back. Okay, we let this cool for just a minute. Let's see if it'll come out of here now. Look at that. Is that pretty or what? I mean, look at that. Nutella, chocolate chip, braided bread. Wow, that looks so good. Hey, this good opportunity to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Cooking with the Word. You're going to see stuff like this every single week. We love to cook. We love to bake. We love to minister the Word of God and lift up the name of Jesus Christ. But look at this. Let's give us just a minute, and we're going to slice it and see what it looks like. Hey, just look at this. Braided all the way through. That's what you call pretty. Look at that. It's almost too pretty to eat. Okay, I'm excited to try this. Look at that. I mean, you really don't want to cut it because you don't want to mess it up. It's just so pretty. But let's try this here. Let's see how this cuts. Got a little bit of chocolate crumbles. God, whatever you do, make sure you like this video for us. Look at that. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? I'm excited about making this. You see the twist, how it goes through. It's made with the tangzhong. And it's got hazelnuts, butter. It's got the chocolate chips, a little bit of confectionery sugar. And none of it don't matter if it don't taste good, right? So just try just a little bite of it here and just see what it tastes like. I'm pretty confident, though. Y'all ready? Let me just give this a try. Oh my gosh. Look at the texture. Would you look at that? Wow. That is so good. It just peels apart. Man, that is absolutely perfect. Wow. Jessica, try by this. And give my lovely wife a try. So what do you think about it?
Wow, it's really good.
Really good. Like this video, subscribe, try to be in church somewhere, chase Jesus with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Tune in on New Beginning Network, 8 o'clock on Thursday nights to watch Cooking with the Word. Follow us on YouTube, Cooking with the Word. We have wild live trail camp videos. We have little games we play, and we have cooking, and we have preaching and teaching. Try to follow us. Till next time, this is Mike, and over there is
Jessica.
We'll see you soon.